All right, everybody, welcome back. We are at the C5 Corvette again, and we are going to start the Corsa Extreme exhaust with the X-pipe. We're going to go ahead and get the camera set up in the back of the car so that we can show you a cold start and rev and get this exhaust installed. All right, that was a cold start. That's why you're seeing all the exhaust smoke. Now we'll get to installing it. We're going to have to remove those 18mm sway bar bolts there and drop that rear sway bar down. All right, it's very simple. The sway bar just kind of drops down out of the way. It comes off. Take off a top bolt and a bottom nut. Don't worry. That bolt will stay inside the controller arm. It won't go nowhere. You just have to hold the back of it. And that's what you'll take off. The next thing you want to do is start removing those bolts right there. 15mm. Get those off. Alright, as you can see there, disconnected it. The pipe's going to run all the way around inside there to the muffler. You're going to remove those two 13mm up there, and the muffler's going to drop down. You got to have ample room to swing this thing out. So we got it up about 24 inches or so. Once we get it out, we'll measure it. All right, it really wasn't that bad coming out. We dropped this straight down and then kind of twisted it like that and just worked it out very slowly. Wasn't hard, didn't get hung up. We're going to work on the other side now and tell you if that side gets hung up, and then we'll take the measurement. All right, we got the passenger side off. That was a little bit harder than the driver's side. You're gonna have to be up at least 26 inches from the cradle. You see, we even have it up on jacks now a little bit. 26 inches or more from the ground, and you'll be able to maneuver it out super, super easy. You can probably get by with 25, 24 inches, but it's tough. And we had to loosen that fuel tank plate right there to shimmy it past. And we noticed some damage there. I don't know where that's from, but we'll fix that while we're under there. But yeah, now it's on to getting the X-pipe cut and everything and measured. All right, that's the Corsa X-pipe going on there. Normally you would just cut the old H-pipe on the car, but because we're putting this E3 plate up, or E2, whatever it is, Elite Engineering, we got to remove the entire exhaust all the way up to the cats and everything, because this plate runs underneath there. If you weren't doing the plate, a pipe cutter, and you could do the exhaust in the car. So unfortunately, we're going to have to pull it off, spray the rusty bolts, and hope they don't break. That's the Corsa Extreme exhaust. Beautiful stainless steel polished. So we'll get that H-pipe down and lay it next to this X-pipe and see if there's really a difference. We took out the tunnel plate because anybody who has a C5 or a C6 knows that the center console where you rest your arm and everything gets very hot. This is the stock one here. It's pretty thin. We have the Elite Engineering 3/8 thick ceramic coated one. This thing's pretty big, beefy. You can just see. It's probably 5 times as thick. Definitely heavy. And we also got the, what was this, DIE or DEI heat shield. We're going to put all that up in there, clean underneath, get it bolted up. You can use the stock hardware with it. Alright, here's the bottom of the C5. Probably the cleanest one on YouTube. No leaks down there, nothing. Looking good in there. We're going to get that Elite Engineering plate up there. Get all the bolts in and torque them down. We're going to Loctite it as well. Alright, this thing went on smooth. It looks beautiful. Solid. This is the 3/8 inch Elite Engineering C5, C6 tunnel plate. We're going to clean it off now. We're going to put some of that thermal barrier on there. But yeah, everything clears extremely well. Alright, the plate is installed along with the heat shield. They say you don't have to use this heat shield with this plate, but we went ahead and did it because we want extra sound and heat protection, but it went on fairly smooth. Fairly smooth. I mean, it covers a lot all the way up. This should have been on there from the factory. So now we'll get the Corsa Extreme X pipe there up and get this thing bolted up so we can get this exhaust running. Alright, here it is. We have the Corsa Extreme with X pipe installed. It is an amazing looking exhaust. Fitment was pretty good. Didn't have any real trouble getting it in. Just absolutely amazing. Alright, we'll get it set up and see how it sounds.